Hello and welcome to this brief tutorial on how to build your first house. This is Damien from Zenland Video Games. So I'm going to presume that you've collected all of your stuff. So you have wood and your sand and your stone and your paint, and you're ready to go to build your first house. If you accidentally get rid of the tooltip here by pressing the X button, I know some of you were wondering how you get that back, and I'm sorry it isn't more intuitive right now. The idea is that it's kind of a helper bar, and if you click on the house you want to build, you can press the pin button over here, and that will bring back the kind of the tool helper there. So what we need to do when you harvest all of your materials for your house or your building is you need to deposit the materials in the hardware storage. If you don't have any machines yourself, then you're going to have to use the hardware machines, and the hardware machines are located just beside the hardware store, and there's some inside as well. If you wanted to, yes, think you can like use the machines just by clicking on them. So we could click on the old chopper here and you could build stuff. But when you want to build houses, houses require like 2, 3, 4 machines. So that would be really awkward to like click on each machine and start the build. So the way we did it was you just put the ingredients for your house into the storage locker here. So we need 20 wood, so we're just going to pop in all the wood and all the sand and all the stone, and then we've got some paint we have to put in. And then when we have that done, we need to start up the hardware machines. So the easiest way we found of doing that was just go back to your house or building and start the construction process from there. And then the machines will start. Any machine that the house requires. So for example, the planter house needs a old chopper and a smelter. So we have those in the hardware store. We don't have any machines ourselves. When you build this area, after your planter house becomes built, you can fix this area up. And then you can buy machines in the hardware store and they'll go in here. And then you won't necessarily need to go to the hardware storage. You can just put items in your own storage over here. But until you have your own machines, you're going to need to use the ones at the hardware store. And yeah, the hardware store machines can't be upgraded, so they can only build basic houses. So you can't build anything too fancy with the hardware store. So when you want to start the build, you just go back to your house and you can decide on your colors. I am not the color guy, so is that nice? I don't know. And the house will take 24 hours to build, and then you get 650 for building. So when you're ready to go, you can just press build, and then the construction animation will start. And it might hit you in the head as well on the way. So that's going to take 24 hours. So we see the little tooltip down here, toolbar at least, and it just gives the time and the thing that you're building. So you could go and do different things. And some people have said as well that they think that the bridge mightn't be working, and that's a really good point, because when you see this bridge, it's like, yeah, that bridge doesn't work, and what's the point in going across it? But of course, it does work. But you know, we've seen the game so much that we didn't really think of, when people see this bridge not built, they're going to think it's disabled. So apologies for that. We need to make that more obvious. I'm going to just sleep away the time for the sake of the video. When you go to bed, you know, the day cycles over and the game saves. So it's kind of an auto save. So as you can see, our little toolbar has changed, and it says, okay, your house is ready. Drive your forklift to the storage area. And of course, the storage area is the hardware storage area. We had a question about this as well, and you got to get into your forklift. And off we go. This is the clanky forklift. Very suspiciously overpowered when it gets turbocharged, but that's another story. So the forklift needs to be parked in the parking spot here, where it's got a little picture of a forklift. You don't have to get out if you don't want to. You can just click on the hardware storage, so you can see the planner house is built now, and then it loads onto your forklift. There's a little builder bot dude, and he's gonna go with you, and he's gonna build that house with all the stuff that's inside in the kit. So we're going to drive the forklift back to the planner house, your house, and then it's the same process until you get your own machines. So we just drive the forklift to the house, and then your house is complete. And you'll see that the tent that Ted lovingly provided for you is no longer there, and our house is now ready. So yeah, we have all the things you'd expect to find: a bed and a bookcase and a fridge, so you can put your food items in there. Whenever you build a new building, and whenever you, shall we say, meet somebody new, yeah, this kind of comes in handy later on. But I won't get into it right now. So then when your house is built, you're going to see that there's a little present here from Ted, and that's your scanner that you're going to use on the beach. And also you see that the control panel is now active, so you can fix up your machine area. So you can if you want to, you don't have to, because in the demo, the bakery and the house that goes with the bakery is really, it's only built with basic machines anyway, but you can buy your own machines if you want. So the next thing you got to do after you've built your own house is go and I'm not going to go through the whole process of building Tessa's house. Tessa is the lady who works in the bakery, and Tessa, yeah, she moved from the big city. She used to be a high-powered lawyer in the city. Wanted a quieter life and moved with the family somewhere nice and quiet, where the real estate prices are very cheap, suspiciously cheap, in fact. And Tessa's house. Oh look, it's Ethan. Ethan is our local quantum mechanicist. He's just fresh out of quantum mechanicus school. That's a thing. Okay, no further questions. Anyway, here's the next house you should build. You should build that. And that little icon. Yeah, so there's Governor Pat, and he's like, okay, this might be a good idea to build. So really, this should be your next target, followed by the bakery, and then that kind of completes the demo. And you can optionally build your machine area. And each building is obviously going to unlock different features and different things and extend what you can do, and it'll have a whole load of nice surprises, and there's lots of those in store. Okay, so I think this has probably gone on longer than I thought, so this is the end of the tutorial. Thank you so much for your interest in Ekoh Beach, and that really means a lot. Talk to you guys soon.